It's Consumer Reports, the Las Vegas edition. There is a huge electronics show out there. Jen spoke with them just a few minutes ago. We are going to go back out again to Glenn Doreen. Thank you so much for joining us. You obviously have those big products, those gotcha, look at this type stuff, but there's some quirky ones at this show as well, isn't there?
Yeah, actually, one of the trends we saw, a mini trend that we didn't expect, were these weird kind of skateboardy, rideable devices where you just kind of stand on them and lean forward, lean back, and they zoom you around. One really kind of the craziest of them was this one from a company called Future Motion called the One Wheel that it's like an off-road version of it. Goes 12 miles per hour. And it's just, you just balance on either side of the wheel, and you lean forward to go forward, you lean back to go back. It's kind of like a cross between a hoverboard and a snowboard.
How convenient, because of course 2015, that's when Back to the Future 2 took place. So we kind of have it. Of course, it's not hovering, but
you two can be Marty McFly, yes.
Hey, so what else has caught your eye?
Well, there's this other, in the quirky realm, there's this other thing called the Xano Selfie Drone, which is a small little quad-rotor drone. You've been hearing a lot about these things recently. And you can program it to essentially follow you and take pictures of you as you either do extreme sports or, I don't know, just sort of sit there on your couch and marvel at yourself, I guess.
Eek. That's just what the upcoming generation needs, right?
Well, yeah, you know, if self-absorption is your thing, this is your gadget.
This is it. This kind of hits the extreme. You can live in your own office sitcom or something like that. Hey, what else? Anything else in the quirky realm, or should we move on to maybe more practical things?
No, I mean, I think that there were a lot of like interesting Kickstarter projects, but when it comes to things that you're actually going to use in your own life, there was a lot of news there too. One that really kind of surprised us was a laptop from Lenovo, the Lavi Z series. And it doesn't really look out of the ordinary. It's just when you pick it up, it's only 1.7 pounds. And just to put that in context, that's a full pound lighter than the MacBook Air. So, and it's a 13-inch laptop, and it's made of this magnesium lithium alloy, so it doesn't feel like metal, but it's strong like metal. It's 50% lighter than aluminum. Something
out of Marvel Comics, perhaps. Hey, a lot of people are talking about robots. Are you seeing a lot of that there? Is that reflected in this show?
There was a whole robot pavilion here, and you know, it ranges from like medical robots to like home robots and home health robots. It's strange to know. It's strange and kind of uncertain as to where this is going to go, because these things still tend to be quite expensive, or they tend to be inexpensive.
Interesting. I know you guys touched on this a few minutes ago, but I am so interested in driverless cars, and I know that's a big theme right now at the electronics show. How far away do you think we are from having a real driverless car that your average Joe driver can pick up?
Well, what's interesting is that they call them like autonomous vehicles, and one of the interesting things about it is that there's kind of a spectrum of it, and there are cars on the market right now that already do some of this stuff. So Mercedes S-Class can actually kind of bump you back into your lane if you steer one way or the other. And and GM is going to start having some cars in the next couple of years that you can really take your hands off the wheel while you're cruising down the highway. So what we saw here were things that were a real step beyond that. Mercedes had one vehicle that literally had swiveling seats in for the driver, so you could turn around and talk to your passengers. I'm not sure they're going to put that on the market anytime soon, but it really is sort of like, you know, leaving the driving to the car. You're not even watching the road.
Eek. A last question. A lot of anticipation out there in the tech world about Apple's new watch. Are people talking about that at the show?
Yep. So Apple is, as always, conspicuously absent at CES. Apple kind of makes their own news. What you see is a lot of Apple peripherals. So nobody's been really talking about the Apple Watch at the show, but what you have seen is this real drumbeat of action in the smartwatch category. I'm wearing something that's kind of like a hybrid activity tracker and watch right now. This is the Withings Activité Pop. And this thing tracks your activity, but it looks more like a watch. I think what Apple has done has really driven the industry to make They don't look like pieces of plastic with, you know, digital displays on them. They look more like a watch.
Cool. Glenn, thank you so much. Always appreciate your time.
Thank you.